Hi, my Bay Farm family. It's Tuesday, March 31st, the very last day of March, which I can't believe we are already there. It's another little bit of a dreary day out there, much like yesterday. But I'm hoping that all of this rain and kind of gloomier weather will bring beautiful flowers and sunshine in May and June. It's funny because when the weather's a little bit drearier, we're finding at my house that we're inside and trying to think of fun things to do while we're all inside together. So something we've been doing a lot of is turning the music up really loud and having dance parties. I don't know if you guys do that at home with your family, but it can end up being a really good time. And some of my kids are really, really good dancers, and some of us are not so good, but it's half the fun is just trying and laughing and moving your body, which feels good. So that is a book that I love called Giraffes Can't Dance. Some people would say that I can't dance either, but it just depends on what song you're hearing. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather slim. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthog started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lion danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool." "Oh, Gerald, you are so weird." Poor Gerald. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest of music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to." With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swishing around. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I'm dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I'm dancing!" Gerald cried. Then, one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him, quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen!" How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find the music we love. So cute. So coming at you from the Snowy Owl classroom today, actually. I'm checking all the toddler classrooms. Everything looks great. Missing you, per usual. I keep thinking it's going to get easier not seeing your precious little faces, but it just doesn't. So I hope you're all being good to mom and dad, good to brothers and sisters, good to yourselves, good to pets. And I will see you tomorrow, Wednesday, for more books that are filled with joy, purpose, and compassion. All right? Good night, bee farmers.